In a very direct way, the Star Wars comics have already given us the answer. A long time ago on At Attin, there was a droid uprising. The truth is right there in plain sight. The droids that served one of the republics of old kind of went rogue. Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars video. It is I once again, your favourite galactic hostess, Star Wars Meg. And today once again we are diving into Skeleton Crew. We just had the third episode, I posted my full review, my breakdown, but there is so much more we need to discuss. I've got a couple of very juicy theories. One of the main characters is in danger, and then another At Attin theory that might blow your mind. And then to finish, some huge reveals from StarWars.com. The episode guides have given us a couple of interesting tidbits. Before we get into it though, if you've not done so, please be sure to hit the big subscribe button down below, ring the bell for notifications, but no more jibber jabber, let's dive straight in. So, as I like to do in the days following new episodes of Disney Star Wars projects, we're going to be focusing on a character theory I believe is coming pretty soon, and it's rather shocking. So, if you think back to the week the show dropped, the very first two episodes, in one of the many roundtable interviews with the cast, Jude Law spoke about the emotions in the back end of this series, and he suggested something sad is gonna happen. At the time he said it, I assumed maybe his character Jod, also known as Crimson Jack, might die at some stage. But now in light of what's happened in the most recent episode, I'm starting to think it's one of the children, KB. Now let me specify, I don't think they're gonna kill her off. This is a show with younger audiences in mind. That would be far too gruesome. It's not in line with the tone the series has set. But I do think she's in danger. And episode 3 gave us a couple of hints that something might happen. For one thing, she's been set up as the quiet, intelligent, timid yet essential one of the group. She sort of reminds me of Tech from the Bad Batch. Smart, loyal, and very mechanical with a ton of skill considering her age. But one of her mothers expressed that a crucial reason they're terrified about her disappearance is that she has urgent medical needs, but they're not elaborated on, apart from the fact she has a life monitor. Does she require certain medication, medical observation, regular medical attention she left behind on At Attin? And an essential question, how will this affect her later on? What you probably didn't catch is she's actually starting to express some discomfort, but the way in which the dialogue is written makes it very easy to dismiss as just a simple throwaway comment. When they arrive on the moon that Kim is located on, KB turns to Fern and expresses that she feels cold. Now you might expect Fern to agree or make some sort of similar remark, but instead, look very closely. She gives KB a very concerned look. She knows her friend. She knows her medical history, and I think she's starting to suspect something is about to go wrong, or might go wrong. Before Fern is able to say anything else, Jod interrupts, stating, "You'll warm up when you start walking." This is the last time KB's personal state of well-being is addressed, either by her or anyone else, but the show is clearly setting up this character is in more danger than just being lost in space. Look how frantic her parents are when the security droid briefs them. Now, obviously, it could just be the case KB was a bit chilly and was simply making a remark on how cold the moon was. After all, my dear friends, even Jod has to wrap up. But to me it seems like a deliberate piece of dialogue, given what was revealed at the start of the episode. And this plays into my theory that as the episodes go on, Jod is going to soften up a bit. I can definitely foresee a situation where they need to get KB to a medical center, and some kind of decision has to be made about leaving her to enrich himself or help save her life, and he picks the latter. And I want to point out the most honest, interesting thing he said the entire episode is that he's lost. We don't know his full story. We don't know why he was a pirate, why he possesses the ability to use the Force, but we do know he's alone. And Star Wars, especially in a show like this, is all about found family. Just wait and see. These children are going to soften him, transform him into a better man. And so now guys, on to the second theory of this video. We are returning to the mysterious At Attin. I've shared theories concerning the Imperial Remnant, the Old Republic, the High Republic, but what about something entirely out of left field? It concerns a question I brought up the other day. Who is the supervisor of the planet? There is a reason we haven't seen them. They are fully capable of contacting the outside world, going beyond the barrier. Some of the trailers suggest that's going to happen with Fern's mum at some point. But that person doesn't want to. They're hiding something. And I came across a fantastic suggestion. What if the supervisor, just like the other droids, is not a sentient being? What if there's some kind of artificial intelligence? Some sort of super droid? Just think about it. Everything on At Attin is run by droids. The bus driver, the teachers, the safety droids who monitor all organic movement on the world. Everything is tracked. Everything is supervised. What if the supervisor, him or herself, is the same? The reason At Attin is the only surviving jewel of the Old Republic is that it's not reliant on organics. The citizens are the lessers on that world. What if the droids that run it are responsible for the destruction on the others? And it's why every citizen serves a role, a function. They're expected to systematically play a part, and it's why the workload is so big. How this mega-minded robot came to power is unknown, but could be a relic of an old republic. And this concept isn't new to Star Wars. There's one character that comes to mind, Ajax Sigma, a warrior priest droid. He led fellow droids in a fight for freedom, out of the rage they felt at being forced to serve sentience. Imagine if something similar happened to At Attin. The droids that served one of the republics of old kind of went rogue. It could explain why everything on At Attin is so uniform. I'm not saying I fully buy into this theory, but it's not entirely out of the question. And even the way sentients are treated like droids, being forced down a career path from a young age, and the way it's worded, assigned a purpose. Do the droids there consider themselves superior to organics? Have they reversed the roles since the Jedi were there? It could begin to explain the mystery of why At Attin is the last remaining jewel of the Old Republic, the only one of those worlds that remains. And was one line from Jod Na Nawood foreshadowing? He says, quote, "We're not going back for a droid. Of course it's unrelated, he's referring to SM-33 on Port Borgo. But just like what I said for KB, this might be sinister foreshadowing. What do you guys think? And when do you think the supervisor is going to be revealed?" And so finally, my dear friends, on to some major reveals from Lucasfilm on StarWars.com. We get a full explanation of Crimson Jack. It's already an established character in both Legends and canon, but the new official episode guide confirms there is no connection between that Crimson Jack and Jod. It's just a moniker he goes by, similar to the way in which Ezra Bridger uses the name Jabba the Hutt. Something else of note is that in the episode synopsis, they used the phrase Rangers of the New Republic, the cancelled show that was rumoured to be featuring Gina Carano's Cara Dune. They're referring to the Rangers who appear at the end of the episode to try and arrest Crimson Jack. But with that said, my dear friends, that brings us to the end of today's Star Wars news update. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Share your theories and your thoughts on all of it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this one, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, follow me on X, check me out on Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video.